Welcome back to Speak Up Queen, the podcast where we empower, uplift, and celebrate women who have reclaimed their voices to inspire others. Today we've got Charmaine Jordaan, one of my closest friends in Speak Up Queen, and yeah, it's such an honor to not only have a South African on this episode, but also to just have a close friend that is sharing her journey. We both have immigrated from South Africa to Australia. Um, Ups and downs, but we are here to empower, uplift, and inspire. So let's welcome Charmaine to Speak Up Queen.
Hello. Thank you for having me.
It's a pleasure. What was the most challenging, limiting belief you had to overcome, and how did breaking free from it help you reclaim your voice?
My most challenging, well, that would definitely be separation from my husband. Because cheating and adultery and all of that, it made it hard on me as a woman. It made me not believe in myself. It made me feel like I'm not worth anything. Um, at a stage, I I was 134 kilograms, and then had gastric sleeve surgery. And I think after going through gastric sleeve surgery, realizing my husband's cheating on me, or ex-husband, um, and then that made me realize, but you know what? You're actually worth it. You're actually worth so much more. And looking in my daughter's eyes and realizing that one day she'll be a wife, looking in my son's eyes and realizing someday he'll be someone's husband, they should not be exposed to that. They should not be exposed to toxic relationships. They should know what it is to love yourself and to accept yourself for who you are, and not to be according to someone else.
I love it. I really do. And I'm so proud of you for stepping out of that relationship and shining and learning how to live life after divorce and to know your worth because you were worthy before.
Tough.
But yes.
It was tough. It was really, really tough.
Can you share a moment when someone's words or actions made you feel small and how you found the strength to rise above it?
Well, that I was accused of aggravated common assault as a teacher. And the words that principal said to me is, you threw someone with a marker and you need to leave the premises right now. After I started a group for these young kids, these year 4, 5, and 6 students, for the girls, and we we also called it the Queen's Club. And we it was a group that we started off to empower and encourage everybody, because there was constant fights and there was constant bitching and moaning and complaining, sorry, between the girls. And I think because it was one of those girls that accused me of it, it made me feel like I'm small and I'm not, maybe I shouldn't be a teacher. Maybe I shouldn't be in that position and in that profession where I get to work with kids, and I get to work with people, and I get to teach them and inspire them. And I mean, the principal walking up to me where I'm doing playground duty and telling me, you need to leave the premises right now because you assaulted someone when I didn't. I think that was one of the most embarrassing moments for me ever. And then another one that I share is right after the birth of my daughter Charmaine. She was about 5 weeks old, and we were laying in bed, and my husband said to me, I actually asked him, so why are you not attracted to me anymore? Because you don't touch me, you don't show anything towards me. And he said, well, maybe it's because you're too fat. And he turned around and went to bed. And multiple nights after that, I cried myself to sleep, because that the person that you're supposed to love and the person that you promised to spend your life with told you you're too fat and you don't look after yourself anymore. And I mean, that makes you feel really tiny.
Well, first of all, you're beautiful. And it's just a reflection of himself that he was projecting on you. And I want you to know that I am so glad that, and I'm so proud of you for speaking up and speaking your truth and showing up vulnerable. And I'm sorry that it had happened to you. I really am sorry that it had to happen to you, because no one deserves to feel that they are not worth it. And I mean, I also didn't believe anything for 30 years. I didn't believe anything, and because I also had limiting beliefs. But I think it's in those moments when we are seeking our validation in someone else's opinion, and sometimes the people closest to our hearts is breaking it the hardest,
Yes.
is breaking our hearts. But then again, we are coming back because we are needing some healing. It takes
Yes.
healing. It's messy. It's the ugly
Oh,
cry. It is
it's very messy.
it is very messy. But still, every day you showed up for your children. And as a young mom who just had a baby, your body is going, something miraculous happened. You delivered a baby, which no one else except women can do, in my opinion. But your body was still in it. And the thing that I've learned in the last few years is trauma is stuck in your body. Trauma stays stuck in your body. Your body keeps the score. And
Yes. Unfortunately.
unfortunately, yes. But then again, when we start to heal that inner child, when we start to heal that part of us, that the limiting beliefs, the people that have hurt us, forgiving them and let them go. Like seriously, just let them go. But to also rise above it, because you could have decided, you know what, I am gonna stay stuck for the rest of my life, and I'm just gonna be the victim for the rest of my life. I'm gonna be the victim.
No way.
But now, but that's the thing about that. When that moment is happening, you still have the decision to say, you know what? I might not believe in myself yet, but there will be differently. Someone else out there believing in me while I'm still fixing my crown and rising up. So yeah,
Definitely.
what say
Lucky for me, I found that.
yes. And I'm so glad that you really did. I'm so glad. What safety resources, spaces, or tools have been most impactful to your healing journey?
Well, I would definitely say it is my work environment where I'm at the moment. I work on a farm, a beautiful honey farm, and the owners and the chef, they are just really so supportive. And whenever I feel like, oh my God, I just had enough now, I just don't know anymore, I just don't know which way, or I have a meltdown with my son, Brom, the chef, just walks in and says, you know what, you need to walk away, and he just helps. And then my partner Dean, he's definitely my safe space. He's my harbor. He is like my pillar of strength. Whenever I need him, he's there. Uh, Even though he's a interstate truck driver, he's there. We're constantly talking during the day. We're constantly checking in with each other. He's definitely my safe space, and one of the best tools that I've got in my arsenal.
I'm so glad that you found your safety resource. It is just amazing when our partners can be the ones that is rising up and helping us when we're feeling overwhelmed. And yeah, it's just amazing. And I'm glad that your environment, it is just amazing how your environment really plays a big part in your healing journey
It
and
does,
and the people you are surrounding yourself with. So yeah.
definitely. It helps, definitely.
What was the first step you took to move from feeling silence to finding your voice, and how did that step change your life?
Well, the first step that I took to not be silent anymore was to tell my kids what happened. Because my son had so much resentment in me that he told me that he hates me. He had a temper tantrum at school. He hit his fist against walls and stuff. And I was called to come and pick him up from school. And I think that was right after I moved out with them. And I said to him, Neelius, you know what? This is what actually happened. This is why I left. This is the reason that I made the decision to pack you and your sister and my stuff up and just leave there. And as soon as I did that, I feel like I was no longer the victim. I was no longer that person that did not take charge of her own life. I think that is the moment that I felt empowered, because he said to me, Mum, I am so sorry. I did not realize. So yeah, that's definitely the moment that I felt like I broke silence.
Well, I'm proud of you. I'm like seriously, I'm proud of you. What's one powerful lesson you've learned about self-worth, and how do you carry it with you as you continue to grow and inspire others?
Believe in yourself. It's not always easy to believe that you're able to do it. I thought that you're a mom, you're a teacher, you're a wife. That's not true. That's not the only roles that you play. I realized that life doesn't stop when you lose your job and you get accused of common aggravated assault and you end up at the police station in a interview cell and having to go through the whole court and all of that, and then losing your teaching license and all of that. I thought my life was going to end. I thought that, you know what, this is it. I just wanted to give up, just wanted to say, look, no more. I've had it. And then Arno found me, my boss. He found me on a group, and he said, look, our farm is far away from Perth, but we would like to meet you. And because at that stage, I just lost my house, just lost all my furniture, I lost everything that I owned. I had to give up my kids, and I was about to live on the streets. And then Arno and his wife Renee took me in. They gave me a room in their house, and I've been here since then, and it's been a journey. They made me believe in myself. They've made me step up and realize that life does not end after teaching. I am a farmhand now and a cafe all-rounder. I just finished my certificates in wedding planning and event management. I am enrolled in a advanced certificate in Zero. So life doesn't end after your first job that you've had for 11 years. Life doesn't end. You just have to keep going. You have to find people that has your back and people that believe in you and people that will catch you when you feel like, oh my, I just can't do it anymore.
And that is the reason why, listeners, that is why one of the things, that is why Speak Up Queen community is playing such a huge role in safe spaces for women so that they can have, that's why it's been created, so that there is more spaces out there for women who feel that life would end after a relationship or a work or a job, not a work, a job. And it's just, again, the fact that your environment is playing a role and the people that surrounding you are surrounded by plays a huge role in your healing journey. That's just, you're the perfect example of that. And God sends people to in our lives, either to some people in our lives is sent to teach us lessons. Some of them are there to be saints, will be there, like close friends and family that you really love.
Yes.
And some are just removed from your life. And then there are angels. My husband was my angel. The Lord knew that at 17 years old, the Lord knew that I needed a man in my life that was going to protect me. So I'm so glad that there is people out there that are really angels that has been sent to help other women, and I'm all people. And I'm so glad that you found yours and that you are actually thriving. I mean, oh my soul. And do you enjoy what you're doing now? Is it less?
I love it. I love it. I mean, I still get to work with children during school holidays and in the cafe. And I mean, I still get to work with them and I still get to teach them. And then I get to stay after half an hour. Okay, go home. My time now. I get to say, look, I don't have to write your report card now. So off you go. Go have some fun outside.
If you could tell your 17-year-old self one thing, what would it be and why?
Do not rush into marriage. Do not rush love. Do not rush at all. Just take your time, experience life, enjoy life, make your mistakes, but learn from it. Embrace every challenge that life throws your way, because God knows there's going to be lots. There's going to be so many challenges and things thrown your way, but I would definitely tell my 7-year-old self, calm your bloody form. Stop rushing, because love will happen. I felt, as a 17-year-old, I felt like I wasn't worthy of someone loving me. I was told by someone that no one will ever love you. No one will ever, you will never know the true meaning of love. You will never be beautiful enough to find love. And that's why when someone shows interest, you just hop at it. You just go full steam into it. You don't think. I didn't think about long term. Although I thought my ex-husband was going to be my forever. I thought that one day we will be buried in the same graveyard, in the same bloody cemetery. So that's definitely one thing that I'll tell my 17-year-old self is just stay focused on your goals and calm. Calm down. Don't rush.
And I also feel like it was pressure from society, because you have to get married at a certain age, you have to have children at a certain age, because you're going to get old, and that is what was imprinted in us as young women, that we needed to be a certain age to get married. And if you're beyond it, oh, you're too old to get children now, or you're too old.
Yes.
And that is like so much bullshit.
And it felt like you were forced into the norm of being dependent on a man. And you know what, listeners out there, don't. Be yourself. Be dependent on yourself. Don't let anyone tell you you're not worth it. Don't let anyone tell you, look, you cannot achieve anything or you won't be loved one day, because you will. Your angel, like Marika said, is out there. Your angel is out there. He or she, they're out there. And they're on their way. You just need to calm. And I found my angel now. And I believe that within the next year, I'm going to get married to my angel.
Wow.
So, yes, just believe in yourself and don't be dependent on anyone. Be dependent on yourself.
Yes, definitely. Definitely. How do you set boundaries to protect your energy and peace? And what have you learned from this practice?
I I used to be very, very aggressive about my boundaries. I used to say what I feel when I feel it. And then I got married at bloody 20, 21 years old. And I was forced into not saying how I feel because it was always shot down. So boundaries was non-existent for me for 11 years. 10, 11 years, I had no boundaries. I had no sense of, this is what I want to do, this is what I feel. I had no sense of that. And as soon as I got out of the marriage, I realized that, you know what, it's okay to say no. It's okay to say that you don't feel like going out tonight, or you don't feel like, sorry to everybody else, you don't feel like going to church. Because you know what? You don't have to. I was forced into all of that. I was forced into believing that I have to be at church every Sunday morning and every Sunday afternoon only leave church, stay after church, mingle with everybody. And that's where I got hurt the most, because every out of marriage relationship that my husband had was at church. It was with girls and ladies from church. So I think, yes, it's about, for me, it was saying no more. I have bloody well had it now. I mean, Dean empowers me to say how I feel when I feel it. And he doesn't believe me when I tell him, I used to be like that. I used to say, no, enough is enough. Or, you know what, I can't do that, or I won't do that. I can't even, at the beginning of our relationship, we're nearly together a year now, almost. In February, it will be a year. I couldn't even decide where we were going to go and have dinner, because that's always been decided for me. I couldn't decide what we're going to do for the day, because that was always decided for me. And with Dean, he's like, but you need to tell me what you want to do today. You need to tell me what we're going to have for dinner, because I can't always make the decisions. Then I would have to say to him, really? Do I get to make that choice or that decision? And he is one empowering dude.
Wow. I'm so glad that you have your safe space where you can say what you want. And that's the thing about starting your healing journey. You become more confident in saying things that doesn't serve you anymore. If someone is treating you in a way, you have that power to say, you know what, I don't like the way you're talking to me. I don't like the way you're treating me. But for such a long time, we have been, and that's actually, again, of coming back to society, that we have to be quiet. Since a young age, we as children has been taught, keep quiet. We don't want to hear you. We want to see you, but we don't want to hear you.
Yes.
Right. And that's when we were taught from a young age. And I do know that generations back, people just did what they did what they could with the best they could. We are victims of victims. That's something that I do realize.
Yes.
But again, it's still it's in our hands, and it's our choice. It's still our choice to say, you know what, no more. I
No more.
want to find out who am I. I want to find out who am I without these limiting beliefs. Who am I if I say no? And the thing for me personally was when I started to say no, I don't want to do this. Some people did, friends and family definitely left.
Yes.
And I did say, I love you, but I'm going to leave you. I'm going to let you go. Because
Yeah,
sometimes holding on to the hope that someone will change or the hope that something will be different next time is actually holding you back from getting in, growing into your full, blooming into your full potential.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And wearing your crown, because you need to wear your crown all the time. I am so lucky that I even get called a queen. I even get yeah, no, it's definitely it's a journey. It's about realizing who you actually are outside of society, outside of, you know what, you're just the wife, you're just the girlfriend. You should be there and you've got no say. It's not like that anymore. It's beautiful now. That's what it's supposed to be. Because it's not about a 50-50 relationship. Because that's not enough.
Nope.
It's not enough. You have to be 100%, 100%. Because if you don't have that commitment from your significant other or the people around you, even in your job, if you don't have that commitment from them, where are you going? What are you doing?
Okay. How do you stay grounded when challenges come up now compared to before?
I've learned to calm my farm. um, used to be very anxious. I used to be very stressed out about changes. And I mean, my son was just diagnosed with autism, and it's one of the rarest forms of autism. It's not even acknowledged in Australia. So I think I stay grounded by reminding myself that there's worse out there. Sometimes, yes, I get like, oh my gosh, I just need a break from everything. I just need just some time to just reset. I just need time to sit back and relax and just think about what's happened, because you go into stress mode and you just live. You just go, 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 go. You don't have time to stop and smell the roses. You don't have time to just sit there and think about what's happened and why it's happened. You don't have, I never had the time to just sit down and read a book, let alone watch a movie. Or because I always had something to do. There was always something to do. And again, that goes back to generations in the past, because you were always meant to be busy. You were never supposed to be just in that moment and working through things in your head and in your heart. And I think that is why we say we're victims of victims, because it is true. I mean, it's unfortunately it's generational curses that we're carrying as well. I mean, mum was molested, I was molested, and it's things that unfortunately I will cut with my daughter. It's that curse that I'm going to cut with my daughter. She will not go through what we went through. My son will not go through what my dad went through. My son, even though he's got his issues, he will not experience what we experienced. Yes, I wish we had more freedom for the kids, because society isn't safe, but we need to realize that we are allowed to stop and breathe. We're allowed to stop, shut everything down, shut everything out, and just be in the moment.
The last question.
Yes.
Um, what made you decide to be featured on Speak Up Queen, and how does it feel knowing that there's a safe space for women to share their stories and inspire others?
Well, a lot of my journey, um, at the beginning, I thought you were very silly. I mean, no disrespect at all.
No.
No, no disrespect. But I thought that, oh my gosh, look at the South African girl. Uh, I mean, that is traumatized me thinking. And then I realized what you were doing. I realized the difference that you are making. Even just those little messages in the morning, even though I don't always reply, and I'm really bad at that. I apologize. I will try next year. I'll try harder, I promise. But you're part of my healing journey. You have made an impact on my life, and you have also made me realize, you know what? You need to fix your bloody crown. You made me feel like I am worth being called a mum, being called a woman, definitely being called a woman. You've made me feel proud. Me thinking, oh God, this silly South African girl, and laughing at your videos and your dancing and all of that. And now you're one of the women that I respect most in my life. And I see you as an inspiration, and I feel honored and I feel blessed to be featured on one of your podcast interviews.
Do you know?
And I want to say thank you.
It's a huge
Thank you for creating this space for women. And thank you for, no matter what comments you got, because I know there were a lot of trolls out there. Thank you for staying positive. Thank you for getting up 1 o'clock in the morning to do your webinars and to do your training, because it's made you an incredible inspirational talker and an incredibly inspirational woman. And I'm proud of you. I'm so proud to be called your friend.
Now you have me in Christ. That was not the mission, Charmaine. But one thing that was, I never, if someone goes back to my YouTube or my Facebook videos 4 years ago, you would have seen me dancing on Facebook every day for 90 days, dancing like a crazy person.
Yes.
It
was funny.
It was funny. I think I must do it again, because I lost 12 kilos when I was dancing like that crazy person. I think I must do that again.
Let's do that. Let's do it.
You know, but
We'll do it.
Yes. But I just pushed through, because I knew that if I'm not going to do it, who's going to do it? Who's going to be a voice for someone who's been silenced? Yes, there was a few trolls that was really, it was upsetting me. And they tried one, I know, I can still remember one day I was doing a Facebook Live, and this person just came in and he was just trolling. He was just saying things while I was doing a Facebook Live. And I was just like trying to stay calm, because
Yes.
luckily I started my healing journey and I knew how to try to calm my nervous. But at that moment, I realized that there was women watching my live Facebook Live, and they were actually the ones reporting and blocking, and they were standing up for me. And I didn't realize that I was inspiring women, and that there was women out there who was fighting when they could see that I was definitely
being harassed.
Yes. And just to, you know what the best thing that you just said, that I was silly. I was like, I didn't even think about the word silly. But at least, just to know that I didn't give up after.
No, never.
And then I put myself out there. That was like seriously a lot of courage, but it was also a lot of healing, because 5 years ago, I didn't want to look myself in the mirror. I didn't want to, I felt ugly. I felt like a people's pleaser, no boundaries in place. And I really had to, when we left South Africa on my 30th birthday, I said to my 17-year-old, it's time for me to go and find out, who am I? Who am I without these limiting beliefs? And it's 5 years now. Last week was 5 years. And
Wow.
I can honestly say, when I look myself in the mirror now, I love the thing. I love that beautiful thing that's looking back at me. I love every inch of my body, every cell of my body. And for such a long time, I hated my body. But when your healing starts, you realize that this is the only place you live in.
That's
This
right.
is the only one that knows your thoughts, that have been through everything that you've gone through. Your body has been there. Boys come and go, friends come and go, family come and go. But you, as yourself, are the only one that know exactly what you've been through. Because we don't share 100% all the details, all the things
No.
to anyone, but you know that. And to just know that your honest feedback was like this, and that I still inspired you, even though I didn't
Yes.
feel that way at that moment. But I had to learn. That's the thing. When you
And
are
you were willing to learn.
when you are on a healing journey, there's so many resources out there. There's so many amazing queens out there who's sharing their story, and that you can take something from it. Try it. If it doesn't work for you, don't do it, because you're authentic. You will know exactly what you like and what you don't like. Your body
That's
will tell you, nope, this person, I can feel like, I don't trust this person. And when you start your healing journey and you align yourself and you start to listening to your body, because your body knows what's going on. And you, if you are a woman who is now just starting off inner healing journey, and you think that you don't have answers, queen, you already have the answers. You just need a
listen to
guide
it.
or have a mentor that you can look up to, because that is what I had to do. I mean, my mentor when I was 7 years old was Princess Diana. She
Oh,
was,
and then
she was the amazing. I just wanted to be her, and then
she
it
was just a lady, wasn't she?
was
She was
amazing.
just someone to look up to.
And then I was silent and I didn't have any mentors. And since Australia, I have been in the rooms with women that I could look up to. And you have to find a mentor, because it's important to find someone who's already there. And it's nothing about ego and jealousy and
No.
saying, oh, it's about saying, whoa, because Speak Up Queen is empowered, is about empowerment. It's about inspiring. It's about women taking hands, saying, oh, I can see that you are not having a good day, but Queen, let's go. Let's take my hand. Let's go. I believe in you.
Mm.
And
And I'm proud of you.
yeah,
That's what it's about. It's about fixing your friend or your fellow queen's crown without telling the world about it. That's what it's about. I mean, you fixed my crown so many times that it cannot fall off my head ever again.
it's super glued on you. Well, thank you for being honest. And that's the thing. 5 years ago, when you were told me that I was silly and I would have taken it like seriously. I would have thought, oh, and I would curl back in my shell, and
I don't.
I would be, no, I will not be, because I know that was part of my journey. That was part. I still inspired you. I still got your attention, and that's
You
the thing.
did.
I still got your.
And I was not ready to heal at that moment. I was not ready to accept the fact that I think I was jealous of the fact that you could just be out there, because it is. I was jealous of the fact that you could just speak your mind and say what you're thinking and feel what you're feeling. And I wasn't, because I was still in my toxic environment. I was still in my life. I was in a place of darkness. I was in a place of depression. I was in a place of, I'm not good enough. And look at this girl. She just got here and look at what she's doing for people. And your empowering page and space that you created, it inspired me to create that space in that school with those girls. And it made a difference, because all of a sudden there was peace and calmness amongst the girls, and they were curtsying to each other and greeting each other, good morning, queen. And I mean, it's definitely about also being in the right headspace.
Definitely. Well, thank you so much for sharing your incredible journey with us today. Your story is a testament to the strength, resilience, and courage it takes to not only heal, but to thrive. So to everyone listening, remember that your voice matters, your story matters, and together we can inspire change. If today's episode touched your heart, please subscribe, leave a comment, and share this with someone who needs to hear it. Until next time, Queens, keep speaking up and stepping into your power.